Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. How are we doing today? It's a little live stream time with me, ya boy, Alex Ashwing's TCG. Ready? Jump scare 3, 2, 1. Ah! Hi. How are we all doing? I realize my brightness is crazy high. My white balance. There we go. That's a little bit better. Hi, everyone. Hopefully we're all doing good. We're gonna do some, I don't know, soul searching today. And that's not a light hero reference. Today we're gonna have to kind of determine what we want to play. As far as Silver Age, as far as Classic Constructed, all of it. I am determined to figure out what I should be playing and what I should stick with over the course of this next season. So far, I'm trying to figure out if I want to play any of the new heroes from Omens. That is currently my shtick. So in order for me to determine that, I'm going to do a quick little look at the current cards that have been revealed and see if anything reaches out as far as cool, awesome combos that we get to do for any of these heroes. Would I like to play Aurora? No. But Ziggy or Acilio seem to be really holding me close. And so I do want to see what that's all about. Now, of course, if you don't know, apparently, which I did not even know until just recently, apparently the Ziggy Armory deck is due to be revealed tomorrow during a battle, an Armory deck battle on the channel, on the Flesh and Blood TCG channel. So, with that being said, we'll learn more about how the hero works and how their playstyle is. But, I don't know. I don't really think, I don't think it's like an insane thing. I don't think too much is going to change as far as like things to do. Oh. Ooh. Actually, wait a minute. That's kind of cool. Might have to pick up a mat from somebody here pretty soon. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, so let's do a quick look-sees here. All right, we've got the cards currently. And I just want to take a peek and see what is so special about the things we're getting with the new Lightning Illusionist. And if it's something I want to go down, because as many of you know, I am a big fan of Dromai, and Illusionist as a class has always been very interesting to me, except for the fact that I didn't get to play the original Prism. I only played Dromai up until she LL'd, and then I never decided to ever play Enigma, and I've gotten enough information on Prism to know how the matchups work, but it has not been my go-to hero for this season. I have moved over pretty heavily to the assassin side of things. And so, oddly enough, I want to go back to my Illusionist roots. Well, I guess it's not odd. Oddly enough, I want to go back to my Illusionist roots. Well, as it should be in all times, right? But I don't know if Ziggy is going to be like the favorite thing for me. So we're just going to take a quick peek here. Having it be a 1-cost tap deal 2, pretty good. Cannot deny that it's pretty good. Only if an aura with a hollow counter has entered the arena under your control. So you have to be making lightning flow tokens because it's the only way for you to put a hollow counter on something besides blink of an eye, which is a rare. Also pretty cool. Whenever this fragments, you may banish a lightning aura permanent you control with no hollow counters, then return it to the arena with a hollow counter. So that's pretty cool, but is it going to be something that, like, let's take a look at some of the lightning auras that we have already, right? We've got Corrosive Space Dust. This is a Lightning Illusionist aura. When it leaves the arena, deal 1 arcane damage to target hero. Sure, right? Ping our opponent for 1, not the end of the world there. But it also has a ward, which is if it gets the hollow counter, it's ward 4 instead of ward 1. So you always want to be making these things have hollow counters. Pretty cool stuff. Duality allows us to make a lightning flow token. We don't even need to deal the arcane damage to our opponent to create the lightning flow token. This is also a 2 for 7. Pretty good. Pulsing Cardia. Whenever this fragments, gain a resource. So 0 cost 5 or 3. When it fragments, get a resource. So this can allow us to, if we have a blue in our hand, we can pitch a blue into, well, even if we have a yellow in our hand, we can pitch the yellow into Ziggy, destroy a lightning flow, and then banish a lightning aura permanent with no hollow counter, and then return the banished aura to the arena with a hollow counter. So lightning aura permanent specifically is what we're looking to do with the flicker effects, right? So lightning aura permanents are what we're looking for overall. We know that Ziggy has a lightning aura permanent with Stardust Spike, which is coming in the Armory deck. Flicker Reality is a lightning aura permanent. You may banish another lightning aura permanent with no hollow counters, then return it. So when you flicker another thing as well. Other than that, though, we don't have too many lightning illusionist or lightning auras specifically. If we take a quick look, though, and we look at talent lightning aura. This is a Runeblade instant aura. Let's make sure it is minus talent, or minus class. Runeblade Wizard. So Auric Shards is one. When this enters the arena, up to one target attack with fragment gets +1 if it has no hollow counters. Instead of the attack gets +4 if it has a hollow counter. So you want to give this a hollow counter. Circular Flow Tide is another one that when it leaves the arena, create a flow token. So you could bounce this a couple of times too. And then it's Space Dust and Stardust Spike. Gain 1, amp 1. I imagine this is going to be like the key thing for us here is Stardust Spike. What's up, dog? Go ahead. I can hear you saying it. I can hear you saying it back to me like you were in the room. What's up, John? How you doing, man? How's my good friend John? Are you excited for illusionist shenanigans in this next set? Or are you, much like myself, waiting for our queen to return? Also, I'm not gonna lie. I don't care if it gives me like 2 less years of my life. I don't like this 0 sugar creamer that I have for this coffee. It is not good. Not good at all. I do not like it. So I'd much prefer the thing that's going to kill me faster, I think. Good God. Yucky. Well, it's not dragon, so sad. Yeah. Like, that's what I should do, honestly. What I should do. I just can't get around to it. I think I'm too scared to, well, scared isn't the right word. I don't want to commit myself to like months and months on end of me like trying to get comfortable with the flavor of black coffee. Like, if I am going to be alive on this earth, I want to enjoy it. You know what I mean? But who knows, right? Maybe I do end up enjoying it to the point where it's like, okay. Yeah, you did. You did. You had to, though, right? You were put in a situation where you needed to get comfortable with coffee. Right. You needed to get comfortable with black coffee because you ran out of creamer. So I get it. If there's a situation that I have to put myself in to do that, sure. But I'm not going to be doing all that. Okay, but like, there's no way this card works, right? Like, do we think Thunderstep is actually going to be useful here? It's a lightning aura that you can bounce. It allows you to give your illusionist actions with fragment go again for an extra resource. So if we're playing a ton of blues, how many Channel Thunderstep do I own? Senior Bowie. Let me see here. How many lightning steps do I have? I have 2 Channel Thunderstep, which isn't great. I have 2 Channel Thunderstep. So probably don't need to get too crazy with it as far as the next one there. Let's see. Hyped about that generic illusionism. Oh, Damn it, where is it? Lightning. No, I don't care about this. Where the hell are you? Lightning Wizard, Runeblade. This thing? Yeah, Fractal Creation. When this hits, you may create a token copy of an aura you control. Talking Sage. We are also going to be talking Sage, Steven. I think on top of what I'm trying to figure out for CC, I'm also wanting to figure out what I'm going to move to for Sage. Because let's be honest, right? I think you know as much as I do that heroes that are currently meta are certainly going to get like super banned, right? Super benched, I should say. And I'm trying to determine if I want to commit to just playing Chain. But there are a bunch of new lightning cards where it's gonna be really good and say I believe it, actually. Are you talking about the new Aurora? Emissary of Lightning, or are you gonna be talking about the old Aurora? Because I also think the old Aurora is gonna get a lot better. But if Nora's is textless, yeah, I mean, you have to have one out, but like, I don't know, it's very interesting. Yeah, old Aurora with new cards, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, good God, look at this. Are you kidding me with this? This is already insane. Like, forget about the fact that Briar will probably leave. This card is going to be in Silver Age. What the hell is that all about? Like, this card's busted. Like, it gives go again to stuff. And if you happen to have a lightning flow, because you can make a lightning flow with any of these other things, right? It doesn't have to be in New Aurora to make a lightning flow, because you can still play things like Voltbound Duality to make a lightning flow. So you can still play Mercurial Skies. It's insane. I want to throw that with ALS out. Probably impossible, but God, think of free ALS. No, that would be too much. On my camera. Dang it. Dang it, camera. Fix yourself, friend. Sorry about that. Hopefully this fixes it. All right, we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Ha ha! Can't stop me, technology. I will make you my... I don't want to call you a bitch. If my camera ever freezes, put up a bunch of ones in chat so I can remember. But yeah, Mercurial Skies, crazy card. Voltbound Duality, Path of Same Ends also. Like, what the hell is this? Did y'all see this, by the way? Over the weekend, there were Gem Pack 5 prints and a legendary spoiler. This card got announced. 0 cost, 3 attack, 2 block. When it attacks a hero, deal 1 arcane damage to them. If damage is dealt this way, it gets go again. And let's say you're like, okay, I needed to get go again regardless. You can pay a resource and then give it go again. It'll get go again. You can then create an embodiment of lightning for your next attack with Old Aurora and then play another thing with go again. This card's kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. Also, I don't know who this is and I want to know who they are. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of very interesting ways to play Old Aurora. So we're gonna have to take a look at some of these lightning heroes when in Silver Age when the set comes out, so I can do a full like review. I probably won't do an update on Briar because the assumption is she's going to be banned. But I will do one for Old Acilio, New Acilio, Old Aurora, New Aurora, Ziggy, and Lexi. 6 heroes? Am I right? I'm right on that, right? 6 heroes? Yeah. I don't think anybody else has lightning talent. So we'll see. We'll see what all the cool stuff they got off of this. Because a lot of this is going to be lightning. Like, sure, there are some like Runeblade thing. Like this card is literally just a, hey, I'm playing against another Runeblade and I don't want to die to Sigil of Suffering. this is the card you play. It's a shame, though, because it's only in Runeblade. If this was generic, it would be different, and it would actually probably be, like, pretty powerful. It was a generic. But, because let's be honest, it's 0 cost, 4 attack, 3 block that doesn't have go again, but it prevents whenever it's attacking. So, pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, this is the legendary chess piece that we saw earlier today, too. Plutonic Starplate. Insane. Like, what an insane card this is. My God. Let's see. Not too much else. I mean, a lot of these things are the old stuff we know. Livewire Press. So, Lightning Press, Livewire Press is effectively the same thing, almost. We found out that that promo that comes with the kit, the pre-release kit, is a common. Yeah, Lightning Flow I think is going to be interesting because so far there's not a way for you to generate them very well. So I'm curious what's going to change about that. And also look at all these that came out too. This was another card that was announced that's in the gem pack, Inflicting Thoughts. When this attacks, opt 1. It's a 0 for 4 that blocks 3. What the hell? Are we serious? I mean, Steven, are we putting this in Blaze? Because that's honestly, I don't normally play Wizard, but every time I think about what I want to play in Sage during this next season, I'm like, I kind of want to play Blaze. Because she's like brand new, it's cool Wizard shenanigans, and like, this is kind of a funny card because like you're sending physical damage into what you'd imagine most people are bringing not physical armor into, and it opts 1. So that's pretty cool. There's all these other cards that are definitely in here. Lot of expansion slot cards shown first before any of the other things here. But I mean, specifically with this, right? We've got, I mean, this is banned, right? Everything else is not really. So, and I've got these are all going to be cards we're going to be able to find in Ziggy, I'd imagine. And then I don't know, we'll see. Yo, what's up? Dreaming for a new Tough Nut card? I feel that. I mean, like, I don't know. Tough Nut's in a very interesting position because Tough Nut's actually taken down 2 of our armories locally recently, which has been really weird because they're like 4-round armories, and it takes them down all the time, and I'm like, what the hell is happening here? So obviously people are not ready for Tough Nut. But I mean, like, this is a Tough Nut card, right? Another yellow 6 block 3? Or do you not need any more of those? Like, obviously you're not intimidating your opponent, but like, you could. I don't know what Tough Nut's on these days though. Also, I wish this person was a character. Like, I wish this person was a character and not Ziggy. I don't know who this person is, but genuinely, I would rather have her than Ziggy Starlight. David Bowie, the character. It's literally just so insane to me, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so taking a look here, at least as far as what we're seeing, is that these are the options we have for using Ziggy's ability, right? We have Flicker Reality, Channel Thunderstep, these guys to obviously get us a Embodiment of Lightning token, Auric Shards to pump up our Fragment cards, Circular Flow Tide to get us a Lightning Flow counter, Corrosive Space Dust to keep us healthy, and Stardust Spike to amp, Blink to also get another card. it's cool because we get to utilize the weapon here a lot, but also I think really the reason you're going to want to play Ziggy is because of Fragment and not because of the aura bouncing. Because Fragment is just insane. Like, you're still sending 0 for 5s, but when your opponent blocks with something that's a 2 or more defense value, you lose out on physical damage, but you gain value on this option here. So they don't have Phantasm, which is already something that, like, we saw, well, we didn't see Prism move away from, but, like, Gravy doesn't utilize it, but Gravy's a Necromancer, right? So it's different. But, like, this card is crazy, right? When it hits, draw a card, and whenever this fragments, you may put a lightning instant from your graveyard on top of your deck. So pairing this with this, like, let's just assume, right? We've got Unwinding Finality, we send it, and then we play Auric Shards at instant speed, pay 1 with a blue to play it out, and it'll give up to target at fragment +1. If this has a hollow counter, instead the attack gets +4. So theoretically, this should give +4 to this or to this, because you're going to use the Lightning Flow ability or the Ziggy's ability to bounce it with the other 2 floating resources you have, bring it back in, and then make this come in for, if it gets fragmented down to 3 and then bumped up to 7, you not only did you fragment an instant card from your grave to the top of your deck, but it's going to hit to draw the card. Like, that's kind of nuts. One more blue and action cards are relevant. Yeah, I mean, I think brutes are always looking for blues. I don't know where. I don't think you'll ever not stop looking for blues. Yeah, this is a... I think Fragment is really the thing that's gonna, like... It's gonna really change the way that people block. And I feel like that's the thing I'm gonna like about this deck, is, like, I'm gonna send the damage in the assumption that my opponent is going to block so that I could get value in other parts of it, right? Like, when this if you put 2 cards in front of this, it goes down to 1, but then you gain 2 resources. And you spent 0. You spent a card and got 2 free resources. Like, that lets you do a lot. Yeah, I don't know. This card is like... I don't know, John. I think this card's okay. It's a 3 power or 3 cost 6. And when it hits, you can create a token copy of an aura you control. I think like, it doesn't even help with, like, Auric Shards, for example, right? Because, like, if you fractal and then you Auric Shards to bump it up, you do the thing, right? You bring it in and then bring it back, and then or hollow counter on there, and it comes in for 4, or so this will bump it up to, like, 10 or whatever, right? If they fragment it, it'll go down, but there's no, like, fragment ability, right? It's just when this hits. So I don't know if we're really going to try and do all that, but yeah, Omens has put me in a weird spot, right? Because, I mean, is anybody else in the same boat that I'm at? Like, do you have a hero that you know you're going to be playing moving into Omens? Or do you feel like you're going to be changing a hero based on these cards that are being shown? Because I'm not, like, super familiar with the lightning talent outside of, like, what Aurora did and what Acilio is currently doing, but I think Ziggy is interesting enough to where I want to give them a shot, but it's, like, not... I don't know. I feel like it's missing... Well, I mean, obviously it's missing something. It's missing several cards, because it's, like, you know, we have to figure that whole thing out. but I don't know. I'm playing Aurora until Viz 2.0 looks super fun. Mid-rangey instead of Ooga Booga 0 for 4s. Yeah, I feel ya. I mean, definitely seems like a lot of these heroes, for them having the lightning talent, are going to be running a decent amount of blues, which is pretty good because it means that they aren't going to be that, right? They're not going to be this 0 for 4 slop, you know, sending all that through. But I mean, there's a world in which Aurora could play kind of like how Syndra's playing right now, because Syndra is on like, I don't know, 10 blues or something, and like it seems to be doing the job for her. But it is a an interesting spot. Comet tricks of a resource +1 pitch outlets. Yeah. I mean, I think that Aurora's got a lot going for her too. I mean, the weapon's also pretty cool, right? You're going to have a lightning attack, so you can tap to attack for 1, and then if it hits, you deal 1 arcane. Like, you're technically threading like what would be Spitfire damage, right? I mean, this is effectively Spitfire, but instead of you needing a cog, you need to have had a lightning attack on board. So and it's split damage, so like, you know, it's a little different, I guess. 6 blues maximum what I've seen recently, currently on 3 warmongers. Oh, okay. I mean, maybe I'm not gonna lie, I've not paid too much attention to Syndra. I figured it was somewhere in the realm of like 8 to maybe like 10 blues, because it's like 2 to 3 throw dagger warmongers, and then like I don't know what the hell, freaking what the hell is it, prowess agility or something. Maybe that's just for Ira instead. I'd have to check. Also got the new, yeah, Draco Fire or whatever the hell that thing is, right? Is that what this thing? What the hell is that? This thing? Next Draconic attack this turn gets +2 and costs 1 less to activate, less to play while or activate. While this is in your graveyard, at the start of your turn, you may banish 2 cards named Draco Fire from your graveyard if you do gain 1. I feel like this is pretty good, but you're probably only running like 2 of these, right? You're probably not running 3 of them, just because it's a no block, not an attack card. It's technically a 0 for 2, and it gets you a resource. So really, it's just the best card to pair up with like a Art of Dragon Fire, and you know, you still have to make it Draconic with the fealty, but you can also do it with like Hunter, or like Hunt the Hunter or whatever, and have that come in for a 0 for a 2 card 7, right? Which, like, 2 card 7's fine. I think that's like on rate, though, which I don't know that is what you want to have, right? I think the benefit is that you get to obviously banish both of them at some point in the game, along with things like Loyalty from Beyond the Grave, draw a card, and also then get a resource, which is huge. Like, if you can start your turn by drawing a card and getting a resource, you're probably going to pop off on your opponent. That is for sure. So my other dilemma is that while I think Aurora is cool, I do think a lot of it is like you have to give things go again. So it like eventually does become kind of this like quick strike build, which is not bad, right? But it's going to be harder to give things go again, I think, in this one, unless of course we see Scorch Rose. Thank you for the subscribe, appreciate you, welcome on in, hopefully you're doing well. So like Quick Strike, for instance, it has to have go again to get the thing, right? Tempestuous Kiss has this too. So it's not that I don't think that we won't have the ability to make things have go again, because obviously Mercurial Skies is a card that exists, so you can just give something go again instead of needing the Lightning Flow token. But I mean, there are other things to also make go again, right? I mean, again, like Voltbound Duality is pretty crazy. This just says pay 1 to make Lightning Flow. If you have an off turn, you can just discard this to make a Lightning Flow and set yourself up. You have, I mean, that's pretty much it. This card's also insane. Hello, Gauntlet of Sword and Sorcery. What the fuck? This is crazy. Like, this is crazy. Flying high, yeah. I guess we could put a not lightning card inside the deck. I feel like Aurora specifically is going to care far too much about like trying to as naturally as possible get go again, like making embodiment of lightnings, as opposed to trying to play a non-attack action that's going to give something go again. I could be wrong though, but Aurora seems pretty cool. I haven't haven't really determined. No fuse, less incentive. Yeah. Prophetic Quest. I feel like I saw this card, right? Yeah. This is go again, +1, and when this next hero do 1 arcane. First time this deals damage to a hero, create a ponder token. Okay. I do feel like it is kind of interesting that a lot of these are pay 1 for 4 with go again. If it's got go again, right? It's a 1 for 4 with when this attacks. It's kind of interesting because it plays, I don't know, isn't this essentially the same concept as, correct me if I'm wrong, if any of you played Magic, Scam, right? Where like everything is always going to be like send in an extra ping for 1. Because like technically this is a 1 for 5, right? If it's got go again, it's a 1 for 5. If it doesn't, it's a 1 for 3, which is not great. Technically, this is a 2 for 6. If it doesn't have go again, it's a 2 for 5. But of course the on hit is relevant. So get Lady Brute. I'm not even a big Brute player. Oh, well, yeah, I think the shaman, I think like a Brute shaman would be sick. I think that would be cool as like a type of Brute that cares about maybe like, I don't even know what she'd do. Supposed to die and then keep it around instead. I see. Okay. Because I feel like they were calling Briar in Silver Age Scam Briar because of the pings. As a day one Puffin and Joy, I think she's looking crazy good into Omens season. She even has AB3. True. I did play into a Puffin on Talishar not too long ago, and I mean, this card kind of does work. Like, this is kind of insane. So, who's to say, right? Oop, hang tight 1 sec. I'm getting some lag. Are we better now? We're not. Maybe we are? Am I lagging on y'all's end? Hopefully I'm not. Huh. Am I not live right now? I am live right now. Well, it's stuck. Wild. Such user experience buffering. Better for you now? Is it? Okay. Weird. Oh, I see it now. Okay. Yo, I don't know what happened, who was doing what in that scenario. That was weird. Apologies for that. Hopefully y'all are back here. it was like, dude, you're getting nothing, and then like boop, and then a little bit, and then boop, and I'm like, okay, what are we even doing here? It looks like it's trying to do it again. It is. All right, see, reconnection successful. Maybe we're good. I'm gonna just hold tight. If y'all are still here with me, shout out in the chat. I'm gonna keep an eye on things for right now. This is even more confirmation that I need to upgrade my computer. So if you would like to help with that, you can become a channel member. And you can help me upgrade my PC so it can handle something. Because I don't know if you all know, if you want some lore on Alex Ashenwing's TCG, I am using a Wi-Fi dongle for my Wi-Fi on a broken USB port on my computer case. So if you're looking to help a boy out, that's great. It looks like this just needed to be reconnected, so we're good at least. All right, well, good thing to keep my eye on. Maybe I'll do some overtime at work and I'll see if that is something to do. No, and you know what's funny? I probably should put Cat 5 into this because let's be entirely honest, I know the router is right there. So you know what, actually, I think you're right, John. I think it's time I put in my own work. Can I do this? Are we still live? I did it. So, turns out my his chair. So, my girlfriend's PC was plugged into Cat 5 to Ethernet for everybody. And I just doesn't use her computer anymore. So I'm like, well, what if I just set it up myself? And so it says I'm wired. So that's kind of cool. Happy for me there. So hopefully we see a more stable connection. Fingers crossed. I still have to upgrade my PC. Anyway. Our topic, right? I am still trying to figure out what the hell I want to do. Because that's the other issue I have is I have to buy into Lightning. Like, pretty hard. As far as the Lightning cards, right? If we do talent, Lightning. Oh, no, it's okay, John. I appreciate it. Like, I have one. I just haven't gotten it. Because, like, the issue that I have with the... Which I'm going to have to figure out later. Is that the Cat 5 cable... Or the Ethernet cable... That goes from the router... In order for me to route that from the router to my computer, it needs to have the wire go in front of the door. And I could have it go over the top of the door if I put in like command strips and I just hang it over that, right? But I have to get command strips first, so we're gonna worry about that later. Later problem for me. Right now it's fine on the ground. And it's not a tripping hazard. To my knowledge. It's not a tripping hazard. Oh, that's right. Aurora gets to play this, right? Aurora gets to play Arc Lightning still? Forgot about this card. Insane. 500 foot. Woof. Yeah, 500 feet's a lot. Isn't there a limit? I mean, you can only do a certain amount of feet for data transfer. Is that not right? Maybe it's more specifically for power than it is data transfer. But I guess it depends if you're doing PoE kind of stuff. I don't know. I wasn't sure because it worked with it. Sometimes you got to make it happen, right? Also, I also have to think about Astral Strike. A 1 for 5 that if you destroy a lightning flow this turn, choose 1. So you can just give it 7 if you destroy a lightning flow. But that can be in any of these cards or any of these decks. Yeah, so I don't have my copies of Eclectic Magnetism. I think I only have 1. And if we look at TCG Player, there's definitely more than 1. Or they're definitely expensive. Eclectic Magnetism. Yeah, $15 for 2 copies. I think this is like the one card that I'm like, I probably should definitely get 2 copies of. Just because. But other than that, I have pretty much everything else. I have technically 2 Gone in a Flash. One of them is an EA. So I could probably sell the EA and just get the remainder of this. I don't have high voltages. I think I have 2 high voltages. What else? What else do I need? I don't have any of like the Aurora Armory deck cards. Oh, this is a... You can use this with freaking... You can use this with fragment cards. Wait a minute. That might be kind of sick, actually. I have Skizix. I think I do. I don't have Skizzix. I don't know that I need to get Skizzix. What else? I mean, I don't really think I need anything else. It's really like it's really like the specific lightning cards, like current funnel, right? Current funnel is $33. Like, that's an expensive card. I don't like all that. Or we'll probably use Skizzix. Yeah, probably. I mean, I think all of them could technically use it. I mean, it's a 0 for 4 if it gets go again, and like most of the things you're going to care about are going to be able to give things go again. So yeah, Ziggy would rather give go again to like Unwinding Finality. Yeah, Rosetta's crazy right now, John. I mean, like, it's insane. Like, I think, what the hell? Take a look here. Like, if we look at high to low, like, the sigils are pumping it. Like, Will of Arcana Cold Foil is like $170. Lightning Greaves, I don't have a pair of Lightning Greaves either. That's the other thing I have to get, which is insane because it's $62 and these were not that cost. And then you have like just the general, even if we just look at the Majestics, right? Like $190 for a Gone in a Flash extended art, or $24 for regular one. And I could sell one Gone in a Flash and then buy the remainder of what I need for current funnel Gone in a Flash. I also need to buy cards like, dude, Succumb is $18. Yo, this whole set's insane. $13.50 for Machinations? I don't have all my copies of Channel Millennium Tree. I should probably get these while they're cheap. That sounds about right. I also get copies of Mental Block, because Mental Block's probably going to be important for Acilio. Two Cilio. Yep, absolutely. I mean, that's, you know how it is. I just released a whole video talking about the collecting style of stuff. Like, it's just great. Like, when things are incredibly low, buy them, and then when the whole set gets released, or when a whole new set gets released, it's like, oh, cool, I don't have to worry about spending an exuberant amount of money on those specific things. Like, you're already there. Getting the MST stuff? Yeah. The MST, dude, because when they announce Mystic again, you better hope you have your copies of Levels of Enlightenment. Like, just Moss Mask because it was $60 I want to play Syndra. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Like, and $60 is like still fairly high for some of the like legendaries, right? But like seriously, if we take a look at Part the Mistveil, like, this is insane how cheap all these things are. Yeah. All these Marvel Mistveil stuff, like all the Chi spiked overnight, $100 for Passover. I have this one. $100 for Stir the Pot, $121 for Rising Moon. You have both new, this new you can't even find, I guess, and then this new is, or this Enigma Marvel's $160. New, the adult new went down to $90, which I'm gonna have to pick up because that's crazy good. Announced Mystic. No, they've not announced Mystic Heroes, but when they do, you better be ready. You better be ready, because let me tell you, this is gonna be the set. Like, yeah, Sage is probably, yeah, Sage is pushing the prices, but also like, this is bling for Sage. Like Enigma isn't even a relevant hero right now. and she's $160 for a Marvel? Like, that's kind of crazy. Like, that's kind of an insane price. And don't even get me started on new. Like, this must have had a buyout or something, because, like, there's literally, and it's insane that it went from, like, a $100 card, dropped down to 90, and then spiked up to 130, and then all of them were gone. So... Yeah, it absolutely is gorgeous artwork. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's probably the reason why people are getting them is because of the gorgeous artwork. And you only ever need one. So, like, if you just buy one copy of, like, the Stir the Pot or Homage, like, you're good. You know, you don't have to worry about anything else there. But a lot of this is still incredibly cheap. And yeah, like $54 for the EH Reverse the Universe. This was like $200 when it dropped. Feels bad putting a sign. It was like 40 bucks. Yeah, right. I think it's really great that there is that. I mean, Silver Age is here to stay, I think. So I think there's a reason for it, right? But speaking of, though, what the hell am I going to play in Silver Age? Silver Age, I've got, I mean, obviously there's a million things. Ira's going to get banned for sure. I don't exactly know that I want to play Chain. But like Chain's probably going to be pretty good. So I don't know. I have to figure out what I want to do with all that. I'm going to play Lexi and Chain. Would be a good must-have for a collection. Never played Mystic Heroes. Any of the... Jeremy, thank you for subscribing. Appreciate you. If you're going to be playing anything in the Mystic Heroes, I mean, definitely try to get all of the Mystic, like just Mystic, Legendaries, and Majestics. Get 3 copies of like the lowest tier one you can get. If you're, well, if it's a collection, you have to get all the, if you're like high end collecting, you're going to want to get the Marvel Chi. But if you're trying to get cards to play Mystic Heroes in the future, or even in Silver Age, get all the Mystic, Majestics and Legendaries, and then more specifically, you can go to cards like Levels of Enlightenment is really good. Cosmic Awakening is another great one. Something else. So also Tough Nut for Sage. Yeah, right. Yeah, that does make sense. I still need to Stir. About all the other good ones 3 months ago, they were even cheaper. Stir is the only one I've seen some. Oh, I see. Stir the Pot. Yeah. Turn the rest of the locals and play Ziggy. You see, Josiah, that's like, I want to do it, but I just don't know. Like, I'm literally so torn because I feel like it genuinely is so interesting because I feel like Ziggy is going to be like incredibly unique. And I think the fragment ability is cool. I just don't like, you're effectively mirroring physical and arcane because you're like removing physical damage by having your opponent block because you're reducing that damage, and then you're adding arcane to it with your weapon, right? So or.com. So yeah, that's another thing. Yes, Bonds of Agony you should buy copies of too. Bonds of Agony is cheap because it's banned right now. So pick up your copies of Bonds of Agony. I do have a copy of Shock Charmers, luckily. So that's good. Yeah, I don't know. Because I could, because again, if there is a hero that I'm like, sure, I think this will probably find Ziggy, and it's only because Ziggy's an illusionist. And I think illusionists are cool. So I'm probably going to give Ziggy a shot. and see what Ziggy's like. Since I have most of everything already, besides like some of the lightning like specific things. I think Current Funnel is going to become a card that I'm going to like have to play because it's just like good. But it might not be, right? I might have to get another copy of Channel Thunderstep or some other nonsense, like whatever it is. But we'll see. We shall see. Play Footsteps if you don't have them already. Oh, I've got Footsteps. Are you talking about Lightning Greaves or are you talking about Phantasmal Footsteps? Because I have Phantasmal Footsteps. I don't have Lightning Greaves, though. I've got 2 copies of Phantasmal Footsteps. I've got the convention promo one, and I've got a Rainbow Foil copy from Monarch. So I am set in that scenario. Untap a staff you control. What does Cecilio's staff do again? It does something. Where is that son of a bitch? Here you are. Amp 1 activate only if an instant card has been put in your graveyard this turn. Yeah, so you can put in your graveyard this turn, deal 1 arcane damage to target hero. I wonder if Starfall is a play effect or a discard effect. It's got to be a discard effect. But the pretty ones that play Prism and never got around to buying the rest of it. She's still pretty cheap to play, honestly. But again, besides the Fabled, like, I mean, some of her best cards are like incredibly inexpensive. I mean, you have cards like ALS that are like $1. Any conflicting thoughts on a playmat? Oh. Okay. What the fuck is this? Arc Light Sentinel. Yeah, like freaking like not even $1. It's 25 cents. Herald of Erudition is also 50 cents. What's some other crazy things? Angelic Attendant, 80 cents. What were those cold foils going for? $23? Spent like 60 bucks on one of those. Holy shit. Holy cow. Yeah, I mean, Prism's obviously super cheap, but like you probably don't want to buy into Prism right now because Prism is gonna go, right? What do we even have left? Right? We know that Acilio just won an event. But like Prism is due to go sometime soon here, if not during the next RTN season. Victor is almost due to go. Phi is still up here and probably will be up here for a while. Kasai is getting more points. And Kasai has like a far better chance than Phi. So I really consider Kasai being like a 3rd place. Dio being pretty close to LL. Syndra being pretty close to LL. And then it's like everybody else. This is kind of cool to see though. 3 WTR heroes being so close to each other in their rankings. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, Dio got a lot of points this season. A lot. But yeah, Marionette. That's kind of where I'm at. Please don't take my top lane. That would be something if like Mastery Pack Warrior gets Dorinthia to the point where she LLs. I think that would be like an insane thing. Yeah, Dio did win back-to-back callings. So it's like 75 points each. It's like 150 points on 2 callings alone. Yeah, I'm not like working on Marionette playing it because honestly, I don't know. This all depends, right? Because that's my other issue. I very much so want to try one of the Lightning heroes, more leaning towards Ziggy and then a Cilio, more specifically 2 Cilio. But if neither of those are the case, I want to try making either Marionette or Huntsman my like go-to hero. Like that's the one I'm gonna grind every matchup for the entirety of the seasons forever. So Dorian to new players feels bad. Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Dorian to new players is like, oh, I think I always have the answer. And it's like, you don't. You don't. Gucci right now trying to Cinder and say, yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I'm enjoying Marionette. I think Marionette's fine. There's like a little bit of things that I would change. Something that I actually had up here that I wanted to like do more testing with is I'm playing an older version of Nova-chan's list. It looks like he made some changes that are effectively adding a CNC, adding 2 infiltrates for some reason. Probably for the mirror. Are illusion staples on the pricier side? Not really, Jeremy. I mean, if we take a look here, I can show you. If we look at Flesh and Blood, let's see. Let's clear all filters. Product line, Flesh and Blood. We go to card rarity. Well, we shouldn't be looking for Angelic Dead. Just kidding. Hold on. Let's just search for Flesh and Blood. There we go. If we look up Illusionist, and then we hit save, and we're good there. If we go to rarity, which is really just majestic and legendaries. That'd be the sign of a successful piece. Yeah, exactly right. That would be. So most of the illusionist stuff, the bling is worth a lot more, but like Phantasmal Footsteps is only $42 right now, which is kind of insane. So $42 for Phantasmal Footsteps, which is like the most expensive card. And then you see everything else is kind of like not super expensive. Diadem doesn't really have a place right now, but it is a legendary that's like under $10. So definitely pick those up. Outside of that, a lot of the thing with Illusionist right now is that we don't have an untalented Illusionist. So all of the Illusionists you'll play are always going to have talents, which means that their card pool that makes up most of their deck is really niche, which ends up being something that is it ends up being something that can be very cheap to buy into. So like, for instance, cards like Miraging Metamorph, like this is an expensive M. You probably want 3 copies of this. But outside of that, the next like card to get is Fractal Replication, which is like $4. Everything else is incredibly inexpensive. Like, Onyx 3 coming in set 20, pick them up now if you want to play Illusions. I don't know they're gonna print Prism, right? When have we had a set where they've released an Illusionist and then they've released another Illusionist afterwards, right? The only time I've ever seen 2 sets side by side release the same class was Dynasty announcing Assassin and then Outsiders having other Assassin stuff. Like that's the only time. So I genuinely don't think that, I genuinely do not think that with how everything is set up, that they're going to print Prism again in Monarch 3. I don't know what it's going to be, but I think it's not going to be an Illusionist. Because I think the next Illusionist they're going to print is Dromai in 2027, right? Because genuinely, think about that. Lightning Illusionist, Omens. Light Illusionist, Monarch 3. Draconic Illusionist 2027. Like, that's a lot, right? I think that is certainly not I think that is certainly not going to be something that they're going to do. So I do suggest, though, if you are interested in the illusion, like literally, this is my PSA. Regardless on if you want to play, if you're speculating that Light Illusionist is going to happen or not, these cards are dirt cheap and you should pick them up regardless. Like Herald of Erudition's extended art, this card is always going to be gas. And if this ends up being, if there ends up being another Light Illusionist Prism down the road, which like there will be, this is sick bling for that. This card, even Mind Meets Might, is a very interesting card. This came out in pen, but it's probably going to have its uses in this next, in this next Illusionist. Extended Art Imperium Rapture. This is a legendary. The EA version of this legendary, which is hard to pull, mind you. $40. Kind of crazy. Angelic Attendants in EA, also very expensive. But other than that, it's like super cheap for everything else. I feel like everyone would be incredibly normal about 3 Illusionists. Yeah, right. Listen, I would be incredibly normal about it because that would mean that Illusionists get more stuff. But Rangers not getting anything feels bad. Let it sold in the library? Yeah. I mean, I would not worry. I would not be purchasing a Fabled at all unless you knew that it was a generic Fabled and it went into the class that you are playing. Like, that is it. That is it. Like, you should not be buying a Fabled at all unless you know that is going to be for the hero / class you are going to be maining forever, or it's a generic. Like, those are expensive, and like those are like the last things you should buy. But as mentioned, right, like Prism lists are pretty cheap. And I mean, like, I think I even have, do I still have a Prism list available? Do I still have my second D's nuts? Yeah, second D's nuts. So this is the Prism list without this is with Light of Soul in it, without, and with library. So let that be known that like this is a pretty old Prism list, but not much has changed. I still have Angelic Attendants in here, 3 of them, and that's like the newest card that got into this besides like Herald of Victoria. $370 for the entirety of the deck. Yeah, pricing, right? Yeah, library is 100, Light of Soul is 89. And if you're gonna buy them, you buy those in cold foil, because why the hell would you not? So do a Briar Lexi reprint for Mon 3 only because they show up in the Hollow Lore. I doubt it. I doubt it. I think we're gonna have Warrior for sure, but maybe not, because Mastery Pack Warrior is due to release later, right? Play every cast here because my gem ID has 666. That's so sick. I mean, Chaos is pretty cool. I think they got a lot of cool stuff. I just recently bought with my store credit that I got. I don't even remember what I got store credit for. Something. I had like $100 in store credit, and I bought a cold foil Schism of Chaos. That was pretty cool. Light Brute, Runeblade, Shadow Illusionist Warrior. I mean, all cool things. I don't think that they're gonna print a Brute in a, well, that's a lie. I don't know why I was just like, like I was like, Brutes have never really been in Monarch, right? And I'm like, yeah, well, they have. It literally is Levia. I forget. So that's what I'm saying, man. Shadow Warrior would go hard. Shadow Ranger would be sick, but I could see Light Ranger since it naturally cares about on hits. But like Shadow Warrior or Shadow Ranger being able to make like what is effectively a Goldfin Harpoon, but in the Banish Zone to fire off as your second arsenal zone. Pretty cool. Shadow Assassin would go hard. listen, Shadow Assassin, Light Assassin, Ice Assassin, Earth Assassin, Lightning Assassin, all of them. I don't care. Hit me with everything. But play the cards you banish from that. Yeah, right. Well, we can do that already. We don't need a whole talent for that. We can do that. Well, we banish them from the top of the deck with Infiltrate, and then we do that. But you know what I mean. Anyway, back to my point here. Buy Illusionist stuff if you haven't already, because this stuff is still so cheap. Like, I think Lunar Mirage is a crazy good card, and the fact that it's only $1.78, ridiculous, right? Light Runeblade? Brian, I don't know. Light Runeblade is like, it's something I want to see. It's not going to be in Mon 3, though. It's just not. If you see, okay, literally, we have Wizard, Illusionist, and Runeblade in Omens. We are not going to see any of those classes outside of expansion slots in the next set, or in set 20. We're just not. I don't think we are. I will eat cardboard if that's the case. I just do not think we are going to see them at all. You can have a Light Assassin when I get an Earth Ninja. I also think Light Assassin just like doesn't make sense. Like, I guess it does. Like, if you're like an assassin for the Cult of Soul or something, like that's kind of cool. But I don't know. I don't know what we'd even get. But regardless, Ice Ninja coming with you, Dromai Trust. Oh god, dude, if there's an Ice Ninja, I'm gonna hate it. I'm trying to figure out what new Dromai is even gonna like do, right? I'm already stocked up on all of my dusts and everything, and I still feel like I'm not prepared for Dromai. I have my cold foil burn them alls. I have Marvel Dragon. I don't have like a lot of Marvel Dragons, but I have like a decent amount of Marvel Dragons. Are there going to be entirely new dragons? Right? Are we going to have to do it? Are there going to be dragons with their like cooler, like more unleashed forms? Just gobble the haboob. Gobble the haboob is crass, and I apologize for all that. My bad. Yeah, I don't know. Because really my dilemma here is I either stick with Assassin or I move back to Illusionist / maybe Acilio. That's my dilemma in CC. That's my dilemma. And I don't know if that's like what I want to really do, because like I like Assassin a lot. So we're gonna have to see, because I do really enjoy Assassin, and I've thought about starting to get like a lot of the older Assassin stuff all set up. I mean, now we have Marvel Cut to the Chases and Marvel Shreds. I'm like, I might just need to play a blinged out Huntsman deck, because I have the signed Mark Pool Coercive Tendencies. I have the you know, obviously Cut to the Chase. It cares about contract more than it does anything else. It's kind of leaning that Arachne Huntsman is going to be like the better one, right? Just showing Fang Gang, it's Volcor, but I gotta buy warrior stuff then. If I pull a reprint of Valiant Dynamos and Mastery Pack Warrior, I'll consider it. But I mean, Fang is cool. I just don't know if Fang is like my thing. There is still a part of me though, like as far as like the identity of this channel, I do really want to do like Volcor only, right? Like Dromai, Syndra, Fang. But then like when you consider Volcor only, right, that also includes Kasai, and it includes Viserai, and it includes Blaze and Kano. So like all of these heroes that are like Volcor adjacent, but not Draconic, right? Are very interesting things to choose from. But you enjoy playing Huntsman that much? I do enjoy playing Huntsman a lot, right? I mean, it's gotten to the point where, like, I think I might want to sleeve them up again and play them. But, like, I don't know. I mean, they're getting something. Like, this is cool. Like, that says, that literally is a card that has Marionette on it. This is a Huntsman card. This card says you're gonna do okay into Gravy Bones. But I don't know. But it's more so I have, like, a lot of bling for Huntsman. A lot of it. We got a decent amount of bling for Huntsman. Like, I'd be curious if I, like, put in what my Huntsman deck is, like, worth in TCG Player. It's one of our best blues now. Yeah. I mean, it's definitely good for Marionette, too. Like, you're still playing it, right? You don't have to play Bonds of Agony or Bonds of whatever the hell. Like, that's what Nova's playing. Bonds of Attraction. You don't have to play Bonds of Attraction anymore. You can play this instead to just clear it, right? Also have, like, Huntsman for your bigger events. These armories. Yeah, but then I'd have to swap cards all the time, and that's kind of annoying. I'd rather have, like, a deck built for CC, and that's the deck I am looking to play, than have to, like, swap between things. But I mean, I also have results on Huntsman too, so that's probably why I'm also pretty tied to it, is that I do have, like, results. I got to top 8 and top 4 at 2 separate PQ seasons recently on Huntsman. I also think that with, if at all, Prism with Acilio leaving, if effectively, because Volzar is not going to be a thing anymore, you've got Acilio effectively getting LL'd because Volzar is going to get out of here. You've got Victor soon to be LL'd, and you have Prism leaving soon. Like, I think Assassin, like, Huntsman does pretty good. The other thing I kind of like about Huntsman is that you're going to be playing cards like Oasis Respite, which stop fragment abilities. Like, it allows you to only fragment once instead of fragmenting twice, because you're able to prevent damage with the remainder, right? So, and it's going to be fairly easy to block out the arcane damage that's coming from Ziggy regardless, right? Yeah, Prism and Kasai are gone. Well, I mean, I don't know. Kasai's probably around for a little bit while, but Prism for sure hopefully leaves soon. Rubik knows this. I think that in contention, Mario's best blues. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. And I think it's like, I'm in a situation where it's like, it's not the worst thing. I can build a pretty okay Huntsman deck and not be terrible. But I also, like, I'm feeling the pull of Illusionist again. And the last time I decided I did not want to play an Illusionist was because I genuinely did not like their playstyle. So I have to determine if I like Ziggy's playstyle, right? I don't want to play them because I think they're going to be overpowered. I want to play them because I enjoy their playstyle. And if I don't get to do that, then we're in a different scenario, right? But it's interesting. Also, again, Fragment is very interesting too, because whenever a card with 2 or more defense defends this gets -2. You can block with just like a piece of armor and they still get a fragment ability off of this. Or you could block with a D-React and they still get a fragment ability off of this. Like, Cosmic Duality comes in, hits some shit. Like, this is just on-hit damage, right? You could easily just play a D-React onto this. It'll bump it down to 6 or bump it down to 5. And then you just take 1. But they still get the on-hit. if there is an on hit to be had, right? Same goes with this, right? You fragment, they gain a life, and then they deal you 1 point of damage. And then like Space Dust, like if we got to deal with ward shenanigans again, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to put in pick to pieces, I think. Hi Emmy, how are you? Fragment's one of the worst mechanics ever made. Why do you think that? Why do you think that? Worse like it's not good? Or worse as it's gonna break the game? What are the Majestic Fragment cards? I think the only Majestic Fragment cards we know of are Unwinding Finality, which allows you to draw a card if it hits, and then if it fragments, you get to put a Lightning Instant card from your graveyard on top of your deck. So, like, if you block with 2 cards on this, it'll go down to 1 power, and then you get to put 2 Lightning Instants back on top of your deck. Then you can find shenanigans to, like, draw a card. If you can pump this with like 2 lightning presses or something, you could bring that up to hit and then draw a card and then do something else off of it. Absolutely. Well, thank you, Lazy, for coming by. Appreciate you. Have a great night. Not good. Thematically very cool, though. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like this is one of those situations where, like, I feel like there wouldn't be a reason for them to create a keyword like this if it wasn't going to be an incredibly unique way to play an illusionist that allows like your game plan to change significantly. Like this card, it's got fragment on it, but it doesn't do anything when it fragments, right? So like this card, I don't know that it's like the best, right? But the fact that all of these other cards allow you to gain life and gain resources and put cards back into your deck when they fragment, or blink stuff when they fragment, is like pretty cool, right? So I also don't know if this doesn't stack, right? Like, these aren't counters that you put on something, right? This comes in, and then if it comes in again, it gives +4. So it's really just +4. And then if you, for some reason, find a way to, like, remove this and bring it back, I mean, it's the same 4. You're not, like, pumping it to 8, you know what I mean? So they're pretty static in their abilities as far as the hollow counter things go. This, on the other hand, though, like, bounce, but usually you only get to bounce once, right? Blocks, and the fact the hero doesn't currently look to present more than max 3 arcane at a time. I don't know how they kill any defensive deck ever. Yeah, and that is also the reason why I'm still thinking about going back to Huntsman, right? Is that the floor for their damage is like in the dirt. Like, if I block, if you play against block slop, I feel like the deck just like, okay, ping you for 2 arcane, ping you for 3 arcane. Okay. AB3. Pass. And it like doesn't seem like it's a lot. And there's also, this is the other important part about this illusionist, which is why I agree with you, in which it seems like any fatigue deck is going to do incredibly well into it. There's no allies, right? Like every illusionist, even Enigma technically, has had allies, right? You use your weapon to swing with your board state effectively, right? And that means that anything goes, right? Like you can set up a board state, and as long as you keep that board state alive and you have a blue in your hand, you could send like the board state at your opponent. And you don't really get to do that here. like some people were like, oh, yeah, you still can get a board state if you're, you know, the deck's going to be playing a lot of blues, and like they all have ward. They don't pop at the beginning of the turn. So theoretically, you could play like Iris of Reality or Reality Refractor if you really wanted to, right? It's the card from the deck. No, these are the spoilers so far from Omens of the Third Age. But like, yeah, theoretically you could play Iris of Reality. Like, this is a card that I think a lot of people are like, this is how you're going to be able to beat Fatigue. And it's like, sure. Like, maybe if this is your sideboard option, but you're still, I mean, I don't know. Like, Illusionist Auras are weapons. It allows you to go again, do a little bit more. But you also have to keep them around, and they have like Ward 1. Like, Ward 1, Ward 2. Like, Cosmic Space Dust, or Corrosive Space Dust having like Ward 4 if it's got a hollow counter on it is like the best you got. Outside of that, it's like, okay, like you can set up other things. I don't even think like you're not able to do like Pierce Reality. You can play like Haze Bending if you really wanted to. But like, I hate to think that this is what this is going to become, is that they're going to forego the arcane damage card. Like, they're going to forego the arcane damage card that allows you to ping arcane on your opponent's turn for a card that says pay 3 to, if you have a board state, swing 4, go again. Like, at that point, you just block 4. And, like, you block 4 and their weapons. So, like, they're like, Kabuto would, like, absolutely destroy a deck like this. Because it's just, like, cool. You're probably not playing this into Warrior. You're probably playing, what do you call it? Aphrodisias. It's Aphrodisias. Aphrodisias. I'm going to call it Aphrodisias. I don't care what, I don't know what it's called. But I don't know. We have to see. I haven't done enough testing with the deck that I'm like, oh my God, I got to buy into it. It's going to be the best ever. Ziggy is giving me the same reason that I had with Gravy Bones. And why I still don't, I mean, like, Gravy Bones is cool, but like, I don't like representing a hero that is just a real world concept. And this is like just literally so not even it's a joke of a hero. Like, Ziggy Stardust and Ziggy Starlight is literally not, it's like nothing has changed. It's literally the same being. They couldn't have come up with anything more creative, apparently. And I just like don't like, the only reason I care about this class, the only reason I care about this hero is because they are an illusionist, right? And I like the illusionist class. But I think that deep down, I could probably do better with Huntsman. Because, like, if I play Huntsman and I play against a Cilio, that's like counterburn strategy. If they're just pinging me for like 2 in 1 or whatever, I don't really care. If they're swinging arcane for 10 like a Cilio is now, that's different, because that kills me. But they're not going to be doing that. They're just not. They're going to be like pondering and drawing cards, and like, I'm just going to play Balance of Justice and be like, cool, good stuff. Like, this is just a zap that you can make a lightning flow off of. This is 4 arcane damage where I can just AB 3 of and take a point of arcane. Like, and it costs you two for 4? What? Like, you have amp 3 cards that cost nothing. You destroy lightning flow, you control this, do this, let's go. Like, this is kind of okay. Because you can, if the goal is to like stack lightning flows, and you can play 3 arc ramps into a freaking nebula duality, like, sure, like this could do 12 arcane. But like you have to like stack your lightning flows and then play a whole bunch of stuff, destroy a whole bunch of lightning flows, and then get there, right? Actually means of the one hero they like because every one of the class heroes play. It's true. I mean, you are correct. You are correct. Honestly, I've watched you played Huntsman. I think you're incredibly comfortable with the deck, and I think you should play whatever you're most comfortable with until you get more comfortable with other decks. Oh, for sure. I mean, I think I'm just comfortable with Assassin in general, because like really the whole thing is you have to marry. That's the old adage of Flesh and Blood, is that you date your hero, but you marry your class, right? You marry the class you want to be with for a long time, because you're able to transfer those same things between different heroes within that class. And it like is very interesting because that is exactly how it is with like Illusionist, right? I liked Dromai's playstyle a lot. That playstyle did not transfer over to Enigma, and it didn't transfer over into Prism, right? But towards the end of Enigma's life, we started seeing a lot of these make Spectral Shield, send Spectral Shield for 2, go again, make tiny little Spectral Shields, start swinging a whole bunch of them, and it started feeling a lot more like what would be Ashwing effectively, right? Get married to Warrior, you have partners for life, they'll never allow. For real, Jeremy. I mean, Kasai's getting pretty close. And at least like that's really a weapon choice at that point, right? Like not too many of them outside of like the talented warriors are like dedicated to their specific weapon types, right? The fact that Josh Lau can get, hatchets Kasai anywhere on the board is kind of crazy, right? So, but I don't know. I think really what I'm just trying to fight is there are 2 classes coming up that really like I do quite enjoy the concept of. But of course, Ziggy getting an armory deck, I'm just going to buy the armory deck and then upgrade it, because I have like literally all of the Illusionist cards. What I don't have is all of the lightning cards. So if it comes to the point where those lightning cards are incredibly important for this class, or for this hero more specifically, that'll be a different thing in which I want to like actually dedicate myself to that. But Wizard, on the other hand, though, if I want to try playing Acilio, I don't have like any Wizard cards. I have like 2 Mind Warps. I have 0 mental blocks. I don't have any of like Aetherize, any of those cards. So I'm like really, really, really like not set up for that. So, most of the stuff's in here, but like high voltage, current funnels, all those other things, like I'm not too sure on where it's gonna lie. And also, again, these are just all tiny little pings of 1. I'd be so curious. Like, this is cool. If you want to borrow some, okay, sick. I might hit you up for that then, because I'm like a little bit off on some of them. Like, some of them I don't have. Some of them I do. Like, I have like 3 copies of Rewind, for example. I have. I don't have any Aetherize. I don't have Aether Wildfire, but I don't think that's going to be card that's actually played. It's not banned. You can use if it ends up being necessary and you want to test it. Okay, I appreciate it, Maeve. My locals always have my back. My friends. My friends. They want to see me succeed in Flesh and Blood. I don't know. My stupid Huntsman brain is probably just going to go back to the damn fatigue deck, though. Oh, which I'm fine with. I mean, I think everybody who's local to here can advocately say that I am a good Huntsman player. It just depends on how much work I want to put into actually like testing the deck, you know. I'm talking like maybe 5 Talishar games a day plus like a bunch of local testing. That's another thing. I mean, I don't know if you're down for it. Maeve, I know you're down for it. I would like to get like people together to start like doing some testing, like CC testing. And I can even record it, right? I can try and get like a setup kind of like the Cog Crankers do and do like videos and stuff. But help me make Coven not ass, please. I don't know that I can make that happen. I mean, I know we have, I don't know if you've ever met him, another local of ours who doesn't really go to armories at all, really. He kind of just plays Flesh and Blood for funsies every now and again on Wednesdays with us whenever we're not at level 7. Eric, he plays Puffin, and like he's got a pretty good Puffin list. So advanced no segment Cabrilla. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I'll have to figure out like times and dates and however we want to actually do this, because if it's like a Sunday thing, like sweet, like we can make that happen on Sundays. If Sunday doesn't work out, right, we can figure out like a weeknight, maybe like a Friday night we can do it. Unless anybody else has got other things going on. We could even do it like Saturday morning. Just depends. So just depends on what we want to do. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I gotta figure out some time because I'd like to have people over. And again, we can just get like, I'll just buy like a couple pizzas. We can just vibe and do that. Again, that's also kind of what like casual night is, but I know eventually we're going to be doing like armories at casual night, which is at Card Cosmos in Denver. And it'll probably be Sage armories, so it'll probably not be what people actually want to do. But so I don't know. At this point, we're going to see, right? If somebody shows me, this is, you know what I need right now? I need, I've already forgotten their name. They used to do content a lot, and now they don't. What's the name of those New Zealand folks that, the New Zealand folks that made the Kano videos that were like day 0 Kano videos that like would blow up and people would be like, do you see this combo? It's got like, oh, I can't remember what his name is. Yo, what's up, Slim? Surely Huntsman forever? Yeah, I mean, probably. Really, my goal for like maybe even with Omen season is to get on a Living Legend board somewhere. We make best. Yes. Thank you, John. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I need Tog. Tog, that's his name. I need them to make a video about some insane Acilio combo that's like you're able to ping your opponent for 15 by cycling like 8 cards in and out of the graveyard with some ability using 2 blues or some nonsense. Like that's the kind of shit that's gonna make me go, oh my god, Acilio's sick. Otherwise, I don't know. Like I do not know what the hell I'm going to be doing from that point forward. Like, I don't know what is going to happen. Because like Acilio seems cool, but I don't know that Acilio like does anything right now. We're going to see what like the rest of the glue is for Acilio. Because what we're missing There's another majestic somewhere over here. Or this is probably a legendary, if I'm going to guess. A lightning wizard legendary. And then it's like some rares and commons, more commons, and then it's into like wizard specific stuff. So this is going to be another one color rare, and then there's going to be a couple more commons, I'm imagining. We're out of L's? Are we really? Was that the last L that was shown today? Right, because we have set Omen rarity L. Oh, you know what? Well, because this is an expansion slot L, right? How many L's are in the set? I just passed this thing up. There we go. Five legendaries. Huh. Damn, this really it, huh? We got the dumbest boots I've ever seen in my entire life. Absolute gas for warriors. Well, I shouldn't say absolute gas. It's literally just freak razors, but it's a block 2. And then, like, this is, I mean, these are some of the best. Runeblade got their own thing, and then Illusionist Wizard got their own thing, and then all of them got a chess piece. I see. And then they just made generic ass boots. Damn. Okay, well then I guess it's another fucking M. Sure. So I guess that's got to be an M again. And then yeah, we just don't have like too much more. Like this is the only thing, and it's like obviously Third Eye is going to be crazy good. So like Third Eye is going to be pretty good. Bad news about the M's. What? What about him? Also, Echo Flash is pretty cool. I like this art a lot. I don't know who does it. Narendra? The only ones we don't know are expansion slots? What is this then? A fucking token? Go check the M's remaining. Really? $37 Majestics? Oh, you know, it might be common equipment. That makes more sense. Yeah, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. There's 29, not including Ziggy as an M, which again, they did again, mind you, unless this is from the Ziggy's deck. So 29 M's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. 29, and there are 37 in the set. Does that not mean that there's 8 more Majestics? Are they like gonna be like expansion slot weirdness? Like, I mean, we've got these are gonna be tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4. These have got to be M's, right? On the top left of the spoilers page is a link to the spreadsheet. Oh, this up here? Common equipment, probably. Fortitude of Anvilheim. Pirate Neko, probably an ally. Gotcha, okay. I see where they're getting this. Like, this is going to be Ziggy stuff. I mean, there's no way. There's got to be something else, right? We can't. This cannot be it. We still have spoilers, I think, right? Aren't there like a couple more? We did all the spoilers for Sao Paulo. Oh, this person, whoever this is, Back Alley Oracle. Oh, Back Alley Oracle. This is a judge group, isn't it? There's got to be more. I genuinely just refuse to believe that there's like, oh yeah, nothing else. Obviously, we have the fucking gem, which is going to say a lightning gem that says pitch, create a lightning flow. It's a rules update stuff. Okay. Yeah. So. Because like these are commons, these are commons, these are commons, these are commons. Although this could be more of this. I mean, these are going to be illusionist generic, like, or illusionist commons and rares probably. I don't know. I'm not hyped for the set, so I'm not bothered, but Lightning fans hope they enjoy it. Yeah. I mean, this is going to be one of those things where, like, if it does really bring down the power of doing crazy stuff and, like, Aurora is not some insane menace, we'll see. I mean, we don't have to worry about Flicker Wisp in this deck. Like, all of the elemental cards are getting, like, canned, which is huge. Because, like, that's kind of it, right? Like, you do talent, elemental, class, Runeblade. Like, all these cards you don't get to use. Like, Arcanic Shockwave, Crackling, Flicker Wisp, Harness Lightning, Photon Rush, Static Shock. You don't get to use those cards. And then if we look at, I mean, Wizard isn't going to also, I guess it will, I guess. But not really, no. It's because it's all light or ice cards. So there's really not anything like there. But more so for Runeblade, I mean, there's a lot of stuff you don't get to use. Oops. It's really just Shockwave, Flicker Wisp, Static Shock that are like the cards that they don't get to use anymore. Oh, and actually, I guess they also don't get to use Entwine Lightning. Where the hell is it? I guess I can put in Lightning Fusion. Lightning Fusion, yeah. Entwine Lightning. They don't get to use Laden with Lightning at all. Acilio doesn't get to use Voltic Veil, which is crazy, because that would be like so good if this wasn't an elemental card. Yeah, Flicker Wisp doesn't get to get used, and that's like pretty much it. So all right, well, like if we rebuild, okay, let me at least get a Huntsman deck built so I can get prepared for that. Because we were looking at Marionette. I like the deck and it's really good, but I also can beat the shit out of Marionette. I can beat the pants off Marionette. Well, I usually can beat the pants off Marionette. I don't think I've lost to a Marionette on Huntsman yet. So, if that stands for anything. So where's my Huntsman list? There it is. So theoretically, if we're going into this, right, we're probably going to want... You know what I just realized? No, that's not what this one does. I'm thinking about... No, I'm not. Elusive summons are, yeah, they want, yeah, exactly. That is correct. I think I would need to be back on Graven Call if I were to do Huntsman again. I think I need to be back on Graven Call. Fun fact, I can block with Fiddler's Green and it not trigger or not trigger Fragment, which is kind of cool. Yellow and blue shred. I miss this deck so much. Maybe I need to play 2 Remembrance. I mean, I don't think too much of this deck changes, really. I think I'd maybe play... I mean, what have we even gotten? Yeah. This is my list. This is the last list I took to PQs where I got top 8 and top 4. And the only thing that has changed from this list to what we're getting in pen or in pen in freaking, what do you call it? Omens is I'd like maybe remove like the 2 Concealed Blade for maybe unmake the Underlings if Gravy is relevant in your meta, because it's going to be the only deck with allies. So if Gravy is like super relevant, you're going to want to have it in there. If you don't expect Gravy to be relevant, or if Gravy just like falls off the face of the earth, then that's going to be good. Otherwise, also Slim, I recall you being a part of the lore team. Are you responsible for all the lore stuff, or well, some of the lore stuff still? You don't actually legally have to answer that, but I need to know some things, but maybe not really. I mean, I'm just curious to wait. Left it a while ago. Okay. I was curious if you were still in it or not, so. Yeah. that's why I was like, I can see Omens being like, there's a lot of stuff that's pretty cool, but I'm glad we're getting like a huge dump of lore, but it does kind of feel like that whole recent article for the lore was like hastily written. It was like, it didn't really convey like a tale. It was like, hey, Spark Notes, these are the things that happen. Wait 5 for a minute since I sent the tunic in for grading. True. Well, you're just gonna have to buy backup tunic. I don't know what to tell you. Them's the rules. Do I really just build Huntsman again? How would I beat Marlin? Am I really going to go double Graven Call? Do we think we can do that? Do we really think we can do double Graven Call? How did I beat your Marlin? I forget. Because I'm pretty sure it was just because I had Graven Call and I was sending Graven Call all the time. Yeah, that's my thing. Is like, we got a lot more Marlin players. I think I need to play Graven again. I mean, I still need to have 83. That's still a thing I have to have. I still have to have 83. Yeah, I feel. Oh, you're gonna go to Vegas? Or did you qualify? Because also, just a heads up, I'm gonna be at Vegas, so we should at least say hi to each other while in Vegas. God, what the hell would I even take? Ravencall. I also need to make this like less. I need to add Oasis back in here, so I need to get Oasis in here more than likely. Although I don't know. No, Oasis I still need for sure. Oasis, Fiddlers. I mean, I think I might take out Concealed Blade. If it was for Unmake the Underling, I think the only Gravy players I know locally out here are Sam and Noah. And Porter. No, Porter's playing Acilio. Maybe he'll go back to... Interesting. Yeah, literally. It's like Acilio blew up because of a shadow. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that they can just kind of be like Acilio died. Because like they did that. That was also kind of the thing with like Morlock Hill. Like Morlock Hill, the card was just like I can't remember her name even. Mavis? Is it Mavis? No. It's Themis. No. What the fuck? What is the name of that card? Morlock Hill. Minerva Themis. Like this bitch is dead. Like per the lore, this bitch is dead. Like we just kind of slanted over that. Like we're not going to talk about the fact that she's dead. Shadow killed him in a split second. Aurora somehow magicked him together, and this, yeah, exactly, right? Like it definitely doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. And now we're learning like the Aether Scribes are the one that built Acilio, right? So like, you know, they have all this knowledge on him, and it's like, okay, so he died, but like an Omen killed him. Like if it was like the big bad Omen, that's one thing. And it'd be like, okay, yeah, sure, that'd probably kill anybody. But like, it killed Acilio, which is practically a god. And now it's like, okay, we did that, but I used my power of swords in my... I used the power of lightning in my weapon to bring him back, but like in like a comatose state almost. Until later, right? But and then eventually they're like, oh, we're gonna go defeat the Omen now that we have all the things. And they go there and it's like they don't even say how they defeated the Omen. They just said that they stopped the Omen. And then they were like, but then the Omen opened up in multiple different places across Wraith. And I'm like, well, okay. That's cool. What are we doing? Yeah, exactly. Right? Like, yeah, it's like, oh, there's literally a comet coming into Volthaven to literally try and blow it up. And it's like, that's also where the gem is located because the Omen made that comet specifically occur, like to crash down, destroy shit, and it just happened to be the same place where the lightning gem is. And Aurora said, hang on, gang, I got this, and proceeded to fuse the lightning gem, like use the power of the lightning gem to create a new weapon to then anime slice this comet into a billion pieces and stop it from hitting Volthaven. Like, I feel like that's kind of an overpowered thing to do, you know? So... yeah. I don't know. I think... I just wish they had one creative team. Like, that's it. They had just a team of creatives. I feel like I'm a very big storyteller. I love stories. But what the fuck? Like, it's insane. Like, why can't we just make this happen? Anyway. Huntsman. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We will. Okay, so like I probably still want to keep yellow shreds and blue shreds. Although maybe not blue shreds. Maybe we swap blue shreds for... No, blue shreds are fine. I really don't like kunai. Like, I'm going to be so absolutely for real. I still think this card is not great. I still have not done enough testing with that card to make it feel like it's good. Especially since we're not being aggressive. Like, our point is not to be aggressive. I mean, I have what I believe to be cuts. Let's put this into the maybe board. Let's put this into the maybe board. So we have 3 cards. I mean, Double Trouble's also good. Like, so the thing about this whole deck is that we're trying to be, when we have a turn to keep cards, we want those turns to be threaten cards from our opponent's deck, right? Like Double Trouble's really good at that, especially if we have multiple reactions. Yeah, I mean, it needs to have like some amount of something, right? Because like I can't just rely on Hunt or Hunted. Like, this card is great, but when it does not line up right, or you see it far too late, the game's over. Like, you can't do too much else. So we have to have a little bit to like send a 0 for 4, right? Keep a card in hand, send a 0 for 4. They don't block it. They take 4 and banish a card. And it's like, this is our better, it's Titan's Fist, but instead it's a card, and it also threatens a card from the top of the deck. Our goal, theoretically, towards the end of the game is to remembrance back our surgicals and or our Codex of Frailties, and then also keep swinging with daggers a whole bunch. But there's a little caveat plan in which we can keep a Persuasive Prognosis tied up with anywhere between 2 to 3 Justinics to pitch stack, and then we just send a Persuasive with 2 to 3 Justinics, so it's anywhere between 11 to 16 points of damage towards the end of the game when they are only expecting to block with like a couple cards. And then we get to rip 4 cards from their deck and a card from hand. 3 cards from the deck and a card from hand too, if we don't have the 2 or if we don't have all 3 Justinics. But I feel like leaning into the stealth package is not going to be helpful. Like, this is a great way to go about getting that to happen. I also feel like E-Strike was like a pretty good card to have, but like that means we had to get rid of things like what do you call it? E-Strike we had in there for the Gravy matchup, and then we stopped running into Gravy. Also, if we're going to be playing Graven Call, which again, like, Graven Call, like, usually you're only really running 1 Graven Call, but sometimes you're running, I haven't tried 2 yet. That stealth package is gonna... Banish red cycle? The Omens rainbow? Am I crazy? Oh, okay. Pen. Yes. No, I mean, I'm only really playing the excessive blood loss. Need 5 daggers for her. It's to be ready for pretty much anything. Like, you can play Spider's Bite and Scale Peeler into ninjas, and it's a great way to stop them from blocking with armor and their hand blocks poorly. You play Nerve Scalpel to stop any reactions. You can even play it into Marionette, into your assassins, and you can pair it into... So you pair like Nerve Scalpel and Spider's Bite into assassins. You play Nerve Scalpel and Scale Peeler into guardians, or you can play Graven Call and Scale Peeler into warriors. You can play Graven Call and Nerve Scalpel into guardians to have that option as well. And then if you're playing into like wizards, you can play Arcane Lantern and Spider's Bite probably, or Arcane Lantern and Nerve Scalpel for defense stuff, because they all have on hits besides Graven Call. But in previous iterations, when I was on Graven Call, I was not playing Nerve Scalpel. I don't know that I can get away with not playing Nerve Scalpel. This, obviously, Scale Peeler is really good. I could get rid of Spider's Bite if I'm getting rid of anything, because this only specifically says when they block with an attack action card. A lot of people are on like just enough non-attacks. Like, this card really just fucks over like Ninja specifically, but I mean, it really doesn't do too much. So maybe Spider's Bite goes and I just keep these instead. But like, these are, I mean, at least Scale Peeler. If I could do this and Scale Peeler, or like this and Scale Peeler. So maybe we get rid of Bite and we just try that out. Because I feel like it's also not, that's also the unfortunate part. Arachne Huntsman, Spider's Bite is the signature weapon for this hero. So, but not, I don't think it's as relevant right now. Yeah, I mean, I do. I think it's really just like, where do I want to see that? Like, I think my contract cards are fine. Sack the Shifties, Plunder the Pores, excessive blood losses. There's like a world in which like playing, because like, where do we think, like, if there's a world in which there are far more reds than there are yellows and blues in most decks, playing yellow excessive blood loss is probably not bad, because it's a 1-for-4, threatens a breakpoint, and can still possibly get 2 cards, right? If I know it's a red card on top of the deck, then like already it's fine, right? Because it means if it hits, we get 2 cards, right? The issue I have is that if you're playing into like Prism, like, it's, I guess it's a card that kills an ally. Sure. But at that point, we're adding more contract cards than we are anything else. And I don't know that we want to do all that. Like, I could probably remove their yellow shreds for yellow excessives. But like, we want our 1-for-5s. And then we want to curve those pretty well. We want to curve a dagger into a 1-for-5 pretty well. So I guess theoretically, Eradicate not the go-to these days. Yeah, Eradicate's kind of tough. It's a pet card for me. I love it, but I don't know where I'd put it. Because frankly, like, I could take out like Slay the Scholars, maybe, for like Eradicate, right? It's a 2. You pay a tunic, comes in for 4. If it hits, it could get multiple cards. I think the only time that card is like literally the best ever is if you have 2 Cut to the Chase in your hand. Because then it's like Eradicate, cut, and your opponent goes like, okay, cool. Even if they like double D-react, you're still getting 2 cards from them from the top of their deck, and you're getting 2 D-reacts from them on that attack. So you play 2 attack reacts, they play 2 defense reacts, and then Eradicate hits for two 2 damage and then mills the top 2 cards of the deck. It's not bad, but like that is exactly it. I think if I were to put in yellow excessive blood loss, I would rather put in Eradicate. What if cutting out some shreds to like buff out some of the spots you're lacking? I mean, shred is the only. So I like shred. I can understand why just removing shred in general is fine. Maybe just get like the best part is these also block for 3. It's also really good if you are playing into it's really good if you're playing into heroes that just like to block a lot, because this shreds their stuff. If you play into a really bad Teklevossen, you oftentimes will get the ability to shred their stuff. But I don't know. The only downside for having so many shreds is that you see them so frequently, and you don't really pair, like you're pairing them with like these cards for on hits, right? Yeah, I mean, I like shred. I'm a shred believer, but there are some folks in the Huntsman Discord that do not like shred. They do not like shred. And I'm like, I think the card is fine. If you're not, the red is like a little overkill. But if your opponent is also on like some absolutely insane fatigue plan, like they have a bunch of 4 blocks in their deck, maybe it's important to play red shred, right? I could see red shred being a tech piece for like Teklevossen, right? But that's like it. I could not see anything else on top of it there. And frankly, I don't know where I'd put it. Like, we have to remember something incredibly important, that our game plan as Huntsmen is not to kill them with their life total. Our goal is to whittle down their deck by getting like 1 point of damage off on these small little attacks and then shredding their whole deck. Shred plays like an aggressive card because it's trying to get over your opponent's defense, right? If your opponent tries to put in, if you send 4 and your opponent says, cool, I'll just give you a D react, you can give them an attack react and it shreds a card. The better part about the trade-off is that you get 2 cards and they used a card in order for them to block. You then gave them an attack reaction to shred that defense reaction, and then if it hits, you get a card from the top of their deck. So it's your 2 cards to their 2 cards, which is an even exchange. Which is why it's a little bit better if they're used on an excessive blood loss, right? So, like, maybe there's a world in which, again, getting rid of something like Slay the Scholars, if I play like an Eradicate, which again would be far better, because if an Eradicate hits, right, in that same scenario, if this comes in for 4 and I shred, at that point, I'm like, okay, cool, right? If I do that and I shred and it's an Eradicate instead, Eradicate will then come in for 3 damage over the D react, which means it will deal 3 damage and then it will mill 3 cards, which is way more value than anything else. I'd add in Gravekeeping for Victor probably. See, that's the thing, is I don't know that I want to like tech for that. Like, we don't have a whole lot of Victor players locally, for 1. And for 2, Victor might LL. Like, I mean, there's not going to be anything before Nats, I don't think. But I'm also not playing CC at Nats, you know what I mean? So, I don't know that I need to really worry about Victor a whole lot. Besides, maybe like Wednesday or something. No, not even. So many Guardian players, an endless winter of block. Yeah, right. I mean, we have our fair share of Guardian players. They're usually Jarl players than they are anything else, but I don't know. So like in this scenario, right, we're looking at 3 cards. Like I could add in Whoops. I could add in the Oasis Respite. And now we've got more block value overall. The one of Seeker is cool. I don't know that I love it though. I mean, that card literally just sits on the board and it's like, cool, right? Sure, you have to block a little bit more, but like most people don't. It's a tech to be like, oh, I have a cute thing on board, like, but like you're never gonna buy that thing back. You're never gonna buy it back. I don't think there's ever a world you have enough silver to do that. Wouldn't pushing the cards that you need to stick to your game plan a little heavier be better than play over brute numbers then? Do you mean like cards that don't have it, like it doesn't matter about their physical power that they're coming in for, it matters about what their effect is, right? Their on-hit effect. Yeah. I mean, certainly. E-Strike and something else for the stealth package. I mean, if so, removing the stealth package, right? Let's just, for the record, right? If we're removing the stealth packet, like I'm not removing this card. It's literally one of the best assassin cards in the world. What I could remove is Justinic, right? Outside of that, this is the removal of the stealth package, right? Like forever, right? That means that we've got 5 cards to work with in here. If we were to add E-Strike, E-Strike just does damage. We don't give a shit about that. Like, we do not care about damage. We don't want to try and kill our opponent with damage. We want to try and ping them down. So if anything, what we add in this place of this is we add in we can add in what the hell am I talking, like we could add in Eradicate if we really wanted to. Let's just assume we add in Eradicate and then, like, I don't know, 2 well, see, that's the other thing actually, now that I realize, if I need Graven, if I have playing Graven Call, I also need to play Flick Knives. So I need to have that in there also. And then, I don't know, like a red shred. Like 1 red shred. Am I missing a deer? I have 3, 6, 9, 12 D reacts. You need Concealed Blade? I don't need Concealed Blade. Are you talking about like in regards to buying back Graven Call? Because Graven Call you can buy back with silver. So you don't need Concealed Blade to equip anything else. Yeah. It's the best part about Graven Call. You buy it back with silver and then it gets a +1 counter. So it then attacks for 2 instead of for 1. So honestly, what if we just added in a second Remembrance? Are we crazy? Like, what if we just added in a second Remembrance? I mean, it's not a card that blocks, but it is a card that puts more cards back in our deck. Yeah, pitches for a dagger. It's just a no block, though, which is kind of rough, but theoretically, the goal is for us to use all this stuff like codexes early and all that nonsense. I'm not gonna lie, there's a world in which like codex, like I love this card. but it's only ever good when I'm remembrancing it and my opponent's never going to put a card in arsenal and I'm always going to rip a card from them. Yeah, so I'm going to need to Flick Knives back. I'm going to need Graven Call. Traps. See, now that's the thing I was also thinking about is under the trapdoor, because you could play. Okay, am I really crazy? Under the trap. This card, which is an insane card. You can play this in your deck as a blue, right? So like we can get rid of even like, I don't fucking know. We can get rid of like, let me put this in the maybe section. Because then we can add things like Inertia Trap and Royalty. Like, these are kind of fun, but I don't know that it's going to be like super worth it. Because this will help us get around that invasive damage. Or like maybe they're coming in with a dominate attack, or they're coming in with an overpower attack, and I need to get another card out of there, but I'm probably only running like 2, let's be entirely honest. And then like this would be the package, just like these 2 and these 2 be 4 coming into there. I don't know. I also don't know. Like, with Volzar being gone, I'm probably only going to really need AB2, right? Like, I don't know. Maybe AB3 is good. Strong card, we get to play around with like a sideboard. Yeah. I mean, it really is the sideboard options. Like, I don't know. Like, some of them I'm in love with. Like, I like Fiddler's Green. Technically is a 4-block. Technically, but you probably only play this into ninjas and like maybe like other assassins and I guess heroes that you have what do you call it? You have it gets around overpower too. Well, it doesn't get around overpower, but you're able to play them on overpower. So never experienced assassin and Slippy. Yeah, this is like Slippy if you took away all the go again. And you replaced it with cards that banished off the top of the deck. And also, like, I'm sitting on 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19 blues. So almost a third of my deck generally is going to be blues. Except I'm probably going to remove Ripple Aways if I'm going to be sideboard. Because, like, these blues can go. And this is like hefty on the contracts. I just wish there was a way for me to get more of these back in the deck. That's what I want. Because I want more cut to the chase. I want to have something like that's why for a while I was putting Razor Reflex in the deck. But Razor Reflex is a 1 that pumps for 3 instead of a 0 that pumps for 3. So But overall, this isn't terrible. There's also the world in which a death touch actually in here is probably okay. I have to get rid of a card. Maybe I get rid of a Fiddler's Green? No. Yes? Just because Death Touch can be shredded, and it's a great target for... Yeah, I mean, I just need to do testing. I mean, really, is it? I need to do testing for it. I wonder if I remove a Command and Conquer and I add in a Death Touch. Because Death Touch is such a, especially since we're gonna have Tunic, it's such a good card to have in the grave, to then just have a floating resource and send it. Amulet? See, I'm not worried about Amulet anymore. Like Acilio's literally going to be dead in the water in like 2 weeks. So I don't think there's a world in which I need to play that. If we're thinking about what my meta is right now, the decks that I play into frequently, I somehow always get paired into Robin on Prism. So I get Prism stuff, which means that I theoretically could play Midas Touch, but I don't really want to tech into Prism because Prism is going to LL soon. So I don't want to even prepare for that. Other than that, we have a lot of Vinsets out here in Colorado, which I am fine dealing with here because this is fine. I'm trying to think of like other things we often like Mechanologist. There's a lot of Mechanologist players. You have like several Teklo players now, which is a cursed matchup. I literally can't win that. I cannot win that matchup. And there's like some Guardian players, but like Marlin seems to be the new hot thing. We've got some Brute players for sure. I know we know an RKO player. And then Tough Nut's been making their rounds, which I think I can handle Tough Nut pretty well. Warmongers, I mean, that is a good control card. Maybe Warmongers is the play. See, but all Warmongers is a card that just says, cool, you get to set up for a turn. Like, we're not sending haymakers of, like, combos or anything, right? But... yeah. I mean, I'm gonna have to see. I might just ask. I mean, I'm friends with Aurora, who plays a lot of Marlin. I'm just gonna be like, hey, Aurora, literally no, like, not trying to, like figure out how to beat you specifically. But, like, does Warmongers mess you up? Like, is Warmongers, like, genuinely one of the most insane things? And if it is, like, I know it can hurt a Vincent. I know it can hurt, it probably will hurt some of the new heroes. Your guilty pleasure in Marlin gameplay? Well, Aurora's got a lot of it. She's awesome. She's awesome. I'm happy I got to help her and Tegan with the spoiler this season. I'm very, very, very thankful that even if I don't get a spoiler, I still get to help them with theirs, and it's always great. Yeah, I think she would too. I don't see her that often, though. I have to go to Armory on Sunday at some point here. Let's see if that works out. You know what? We're gonna play around with this and we're gonna see where we're at. I don't know that I have the ability to like try some shit here. My matchups. Okay. What do we do for this matchup? For this matchup, we put that in inventory. We probably can just run that and this. So we're gonna put the Graven Call and the Flick Knives down there. We'll keep those up. We'll keep everything, actually, probably. I don't know that we need 2 Remembrance in this. Probably just need 1. Oasis also probably not needed here. Ripple Away is huge. 65. Where can I cut? I could probably cut Death Touch. Blocks for 2? No, 65 is fine. Otherwise, everything else is pretty good. Scale Peeler, Nerve Scalpel. That all stays. Okay, so that's my stuff into Arachne Marionette. Was opponent Death Touch outside of Codex? There isn't really. It's a card you can sit in Arsenal and use as a finisher if you really need to. It just costs 1, so you can use it off of Tunic, which is pretty sick because you're never not going to be on Tunic. Dio. Dio's whole thing is you just want to be off everything that blocks for 2. So you're going to be off Death Touch. Oop, except you're below 60 at that point. Ooh. Then I guess you're probably going to just bring back a Fiddler's Green. Because it blocks for 1, but it heals you, so it's whatever. There are turns in which that's probably fine. Everything else blocks for 3 in this deck. His Luke Zadvase. He just showed us a video of his apartment in New York. Pretty cool stuff. I do miss him too. Hopefully we can see him at Nats or at PT, depending on what he wants to go to. Sure, this seems fine. I don't know, maybe at this point maybe it is better that I have the Death Touch in there instead of... Well, I'm not gonna have Death Touch if I'm not gonna have Codexes. Jarl. Oh, you know what? Hold on. What am I doing? Stupid. Matchups. I also need to get this down here. And then this is good. I don't need this one. I want this one. They're not going to have D-reacts or reactions, I guess, but... Well, if they're not going to have reactions, I should put... No. Still this. Because it's going to be 1 anyway. I'm not going to flick. She can make Nats. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. Luckily, if you have the time, you can always make it to the Pro Tour. That's going to be fun, too. Okay, yeah, this all blocks, so that's good there. Jarl, I want to have the Flick Knives. I also want to have Nerve Scalpel, I think. So I don't really care about the equipment. Gameplay already could maybe rethink post Omens. Yeah, I could play. That's going to be a lot of arcane damage. I also think it's just going to be small pings that I can easily just give a card for, though, you know? I went to Vegas for Digimon Nats. Yeah. Fair enough. You do whatever you need to do. This is for Jarl, right? Jarl, I want these Fate Scenes in here. that's good, I think. I think we're okay here. I think this is good. Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Okay. So let's match up for Jarl, 65 cards. Matchup for Acilio is just don't do that. What else do we have? Rhinar, Jarl, Verdance, Vincent. We can edit cards for Vincent. Vincent, I almost, we should run the gauntlets here. What weapons am I running? Probably this. Probably Nerve and Scale. And then I'm running, or no, I only run one because I'm going to run Lantern. It's probably going to be, Scale Peeler and Arcane Lantern. How much can you side deck in this game? I mean, you can run your whole deck. As long as your deck is above 60 cards when you present it, you can run the whole thing. It's usually you have like 70 cards that are like total in your deck. That are actually able to go into your main deck. Usually it's like a bunch of different equipment pieces that are different, but that should be it. When do you think you're doing more testing? I mean, I'm gonna be at like Armory for like the rest of this fucking week, pretty much. I might not go to like one of the armories. I might not go to like Tuesday's Armory, even though Tuesday Armory is Sage. If I want to get like content done, because it's 10:30 right now. I have to like get going here pretty soon, and then feed myself, feed the cats, go to bed, and go to the office tomorrow. And work's probably just gonna beat the ever-living shit out of me for this week. I already guessed. So yeah, I mean, roughly, yeah. You have, usually you want to keep a cleaner 60, so that way you're always kind of prepared. But sometimes sometimes it's okay to go above a little bit more. For example, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so 5 more cards. I'd have like 69 cards in my deck total that I can add in, but you're probably more tech for that. Yeah, you want to be more tech for decks that are doing well or that you're seeing locally more, because if you're not, then it's different there. I do think gravekeeping is kind of cute. Like if I'm gonna play against somebody who's like gonna run an overcrowded into me, I could just gravekeeping that thing out of there and then always just present damage. But I think I'm already teched for slots, so going down to 2 CNC is also like kind of rough. But to be fair, once I get these in grave, it's pretty much buying them back with the other things. I don't know. The other thing is like I might skip tomorrow's Armory just because if I was going to do testing for this, it would be tomorrow, and I don't have any of this built. I could build it right now if I really wanted to, but I'd have to like go grab everything, and then it'd be like another like 30 minutes. How much skill can be expressed? Oh, absolutely, kid. It is a very, very intensely like skill-oriented game, but it really does reward you for learning. Like, it is insane how much you grow as a player by learning how to play Flesh and Blood. So it is insane. But I think a lot of it is just like, again, when you're starting out, you want to know what you're playing into most frequently, right? If you have a bunch of Guardian players at your locals that like to block a lot, maybe it's better to tech your deck to being a little bit better against those decks. Maybe you want to, maybe you're seeing a lot of ninja players and you want to figure out how to best beat the ninja players by disrupting their hands, and you want to play, something else. You tech your sideboard for that, for disruption as well. That's adding like pummels or any disruption card in your deck for that. But it is a lot. It could definitely be a lot. So I wonder if Fiddlers is like actually kind of okay in this matchup. Do we just run everything? No, I don't want to run a no block. And I'm not going to need to do this. They're going to die to Blood Debt. Okay. Yeah, I've been set. I think it's fine. Because if they attack me for flail, it's like whatever. Draw 4. What does this look like? There's always a Codex in my hand. I don't care. I don't care what assassin I'm playing. If I start the game, turn 0, my hand is always has a Codex of Frailty in it. Without a doubt, it always has a Codex in it. Also, I think I might instead have chest and arms. See, getting rid of arms, I might actually swatch out arms for boots. And I might do chest and boots instead of chest and arms. Because I feel like Graven Gloves is just going to do work. And this is not. So that might be a... Yeah, no freaking kidding. Maybe we try that. Maybe we try the Crawler instead. Because usually I'm blocking physical more. Let's try the boots. I might do that instead. Let's see. Widow. Web Crawler. Oops, not in inventory. How am I doing? Deck. It's okay. So that way we can just change out our boots and leave these 2 blocks in here. Although we lose our go again source, which is usually pretty good. But we're probably not going again. We're probably preventing Arcane, right? So it doesn't matter. Anywho. You got other cards? I mean, go for it. Syndra's still got life in her. She's not a bad deck. Really hope Sage grows in my area. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen. At the end of the day, be the change you want to see in your community. If you don't see that Sage is taking on at a lot of places, just try being like, hey, can I have a Sage night here? Right? Talk to one of your LGSs and be like, hey, we already have a Flesh and Blood scene. I'd like to see if we could make one of the nights a month Silver Age, right? To help bring new players in. Or if every other week it could be Silver Age. Or if, there's a different day where you can run an on-demand event that's Silver Age. But we've had some pretty good turnout with Silver Age locally here in Colorado, so... At least as far as new players go, right? The actual, like, attendance, it has not been high, but it's been enough to where people have been excited to play. Okay, I think I'm, like, kind of just done with this for right now. Locals close by is very sweaty one of the days. Yeah. I mean, it unfortunately can get like that. I don't think that, I think that we have a lot of really good players out here in Colorado, but I don't know that it's ever been sweaty. Like, I don't think it's ever been sweaty. And like, that's what, and I'm saying that with the fact that there are several stores that do like 100% store credit to top 4, where like the first place player will get like 50% store credit. So if 10 people enter and it's $10 to enter, it's $100 worth of store credit and $50 of it goes to the winner. So like, it's a lot of money to win, especially if we have like 20-person armories, which we usually do on CC nights. So, you know, there's some people who definitely can get sweaty, but even with that being the case, we don't really have that. We don't have a lot of people getting sweaty about it, so, which is good. Good place to be. So. But, yeah. Having that big of a player base. Blue Sage helps that out for sure. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, you know, Sage is a great onboarding format. The hope is that the more you play, you know, get some Silver Age together, even if it's just like, ask your local players you already play with and be like, hey, y'all want to get together and play some Sage at like a brewery? Or do y'all want to get together and do X, Y, or Z or whatever, right? Like, you know, get them at least somewhat involved and then go about advertising it at the store level and it'll be fine. But also ask your store, just be like, hey, do you have an opening on, if your armory is on Tuesdays, do you have an opening on Thursdays to have an on-demand, you know, super armory for a Sage event? So, because that'd be cool. Some sleep up Sage decks are really cheap. Yeah. Yep. It's always good to have them on hand too. I have a battle box of my own as well, where I just keep them for when I need to just like have somebody borrow a deck or something. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to go to sleep because it's 10:30. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm catching the same vibe. I'm about to head on out of here. It is late for me, so we're going to head to bed here. But thank you all for hanging out. It's been a pleasure to be able to do this and hang out with you all. I think we'll just go ahead and see how we feel about, you know, Huntsman currently. And then if Huntsman seems to be impossible to play against or play as into the Omens heroes, yeah, I'm planning on buying a Ziggy Armory deck anyway, so I'm going to have the cards. So we'll see if that ends up being a thing that I want to do. But right now, I've updated the deck list for Huntsman. So I'm going to see what I like about it and what I don't. And we'll kind of go from there. But yeah, that'll be kind of that there. If you did enjoy today's stream, please make sure to like the stream. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already. We got a couple subscribers just by being live. People hanging out, wanting to say hi, and I appreciate that. Appreciate you wanting to join in on the fun. I hope I can get a new video out soon-ish. There is going to be slight change on the Common Language podcast. I think we're probably going to end up having it recorded for channel members on Thursdays and then come out on Fridays. And the reason for that being is because my schedule is changing. Times are pretty much the same, but I have to be in the office Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So it's going to be a bit, before I actually have like content out for y'all. I'd like to get more Huntsman content out, so I'm hoping we can do more to that. And then also I'm hoping to, of course, still cover the main topic of the channel being Silver Age. Once we kind of learn more about the stuff that comes over this next weekend, because next weekend is the world premiere. So next weekend is literally going to be, the rest of Omens is going to be announced. We're going to see everything that's going to come in the set. And then I'm probably going to do a whole set reveal thing. So that way we can talk about the new cards, what they do for the formats, and how they can best, benefit heroes that are already existing, as well as heroes that are coming into the meta themselves. And hopefully we'll also see what comes in the Briar deck, what comes in the Blaze deck. We're going to see what comes in the Ziggy deck tomorrow, apparently. So that's pretty cool. But we'll see. So anyway, thank you all so much for being here again. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I hope you continue to have fun in the flesh and blood. And I will see all of you beautiful Ashwings in some future content this week. Good night, everybody.